Good evening, UN Spacey Wolf Squadron. This is your Wolf Commander Wolf 10. I am your werewolf. Yesterday, we have felt the wave. We have felt what has befallen upon us. We have lost an icon, guys. Kevin Conroy. I was going to stream it yesterday, but I decided to move it up for Saturday. And now here we are talking about an iconic legend. So before we begin, let me read something of our friend Schooner had left for us to get into real quick. And he says, there have been many portrayals of Batman over the years, but none have stayed in our hearts and minds longer than that of Kevin Conroy portrayal of the Cape Crusader. It was Conroy's depiction of the Batman which showed me what it meant to be a hero. To be the light in the dark, the silent guardian of the shadows, the swift sword and or shield of justice in the night. However, no gift was greater than Conroy's ability to show us all that Batman was more than a simple mass vigilante beating up thugs in alleyways, but a man capable of determining when it was time to throw a punch or when to extend a hand of friendship. For you see, not all criminals are wicked. Some are just lost souls who are scared, confused, and even angry at the world around them. We must try to light a candle rather than curse their darkness, to show them a path back to the light. It's not a weakness to ask for help, nor accept it from others. Thank you, Karen Conroy, for teaching me the virtues of truth, justice, and courage to overcome any and all challenges that come my way. Sincerely, Schooner Tuna. Bloop, 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 bloop.
Oh, beautifully said.
We got Twildy in the house. And Samueli. I'm here with Final Fantasy Fan 12.
Greetings, YouTube viewers and fellow Final Fantasy fans. This is Final Fantasy Fan 012 here. And as Wolf said, and especially from what Schooner Tuna, reading the letter from Schooner Tuna, we have sadly lost Kevin Conroy, the iconic voice for Bruce Wayne and Batman. And this live stream is a tribute to him.
Said tribute is us talking about our favorite Batman the Animated Series episodes or anything Batman related that involve Kevin Conroy, of course. My only regret was never to see him wear the cowl in a live action series or movie. That's one thing I would say personally. I would have loved to have seen him wear the cowl. What? That's it. That's all I'm gonna say.
I thought you were going to introduce me.
Oh, the lower layer valid layer plus size.
Well, this is this is, you said final, and I'm sitting out here. Okay, well, everyone, this is Leia Plus Size, your lovely lady of valor. Thank you for joining us for this stream this evening. Yes, as final and Wolf have mentioned, we have another tragic loss this year. Seems like we're losing all the good ones. So we're here this evening to celebrate the artistic work of Kevin Conroy as Batman, my favorite Batman. But also, what I love about Kevin Conroy, he showed that being a voiceover actor isn't just sitting at a microphone spitting lines. This man put his heart, his soul, his talent into this character. You couldn't see his face or his performance, but you definitely heard him and you felt it as he helped bring Batman the Animated Series, my favorite interpretation of Batman to life. So that's what I think of when I think of Kevin Conroy. He set such a tone for what it really means to be a voiceover actor, that this is not just a side job. He took it very seriously. He embraced the role. He embraced the fact that fans knew him for that. And he was very proud of it. And that's a rarity these days. A lot of actors do not take those roles very seriously. If anything, they try to get away from it as far as they can. But this is a man that never let fans down about it and respected it. And that is a part of Kevin Conroy that I really do admire.
Sorry, I'm just ruminating right now.
It's okay.
I will say this is the way how I've seen the Batman the animated series was my second introduction to Batman. Of course, my first introduction was Alan West's Batman, and of course we also got Michael Keaton's Batman. Well, actually, no. The first was Alan West's Batman. The second was Michael Keaton's Batman. And then later on, we got Kevin Conroy as Batman. That that was really cool. That was always cool. I would say some of the episodes were great, and there was a lot of episodes that scared the crap out of me, and I'll get into that later. Don't you guys worry about that. But then there was also some hard-won episodes, like we always say, like we're saying right now, right?
Mm-hmm.
And there were some really badass episodes. Like I said, my biggest regret was never ever seeing Kevin Conroy wear the cowl. I mean, really would have loved to see him portray Old Man Bruce in the Batman Beyond series or a live action movie. You know, y'all can interject if y'all want to.
Well, when I think of Batman the animated series, as far as my history of Batman, I like Batman. I don't have maybe a passion for him as most fans do, but I do like him. But I've never been satisfied with the film interpretation of him because I always felt that they portray Batman as some sort of psychopath instead of the hero. In other words, there's more night than dark. And it wasn't until Batman the animated series that I saw the Batman that I always believed him to be, which was the detective, but also a friend and someone that's there to stand up for those
He's a Dark
who
Knight
could.
detective.
Right, he's a Dark Knight detective, but I don't see him the way the movies is dark and brooding and tortured soul. I don't believe that the Batman that I took
They always
as was
take
a man.
Batman to be as the Byronic hero of all things, instead of being more so as a really good example of a cathartic motivational type of hero in the DC universe.
Right, exactly. That's
And
exactly.
they don't portray Batman as like more of like a paragon of sorts, despite that he already has the sidekicks involved, and especially that he works along with the Justice League. And
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
because a lot of cathartic motivational heroes, they would lean into an aspirational light if most of them might be a paragon. Another example of a cathartic motivational hero in the DC universe that leans a lot into the aspirational light, Hal Jordan. He's my favorite Green Lantern. He does have like a lot of darkness within him because I mean, he already lost his dad, and yet he actually wanted to be a test pilot just like his own father. But yet, what made him pretty much so admirable was his will to stand up for someone. That's why he was chosen to be the successor for Abin Sur. Batman, what made him admirable is that he decides to stand up, turn his pain into something positive so that it won't happen to anyone else. So then that's when he traveled the world in actually becoming an expert fighter, not a ninja, though that is the case in Batman Begins and the Christopher Nolan films, but that's not Batman in those films. But that's also when he became an expert escape artist thanks to Zatara, who is actually the father to Zatanna. That's how these two actually met, and that's how the two became friends since childhood.
Yeah, well, exactly. What you just said is very very true. To me, like I said, that's what I always thought Batman to be. That the purpose of Batman was to prevent what happened to him to happen to any citizen, whether they're woman, man, child. He is supposed to be that hero to defend them against the people who cannot defend themselves, against the crime bosses, the mob, and the rogue and the
Hence the
gallery of
name
villains.
Dark Knight.
Right, right.
And I know
Exactly.
there's a Dark Knight villain archetype, but that's not what Batman is. Batman, the reason why the dark comes in the name, because he fights within the shadows, because he takes the image of a bat. That's where he got the bat motif for his costume.
Right. And I got a lot of that out of the animated series more than any other interpretation. You all have to forgive me, but I have to be honest. I've seen every interpretation of Batman you have, but I always came out the theater dissatisfied. Even with the Christopher Nolan movie that everybody has put on a pedestal, but this series, this animated series, struck a chord with me, and Kevin Conroy's performance helped tell that, because it was the Batman I had been looking for. This is the Batman that I had been waiting on, the one that was the Dark Knight, and that's what he was. Whereas in the films, they focus too much on the dark and not enough of the night. And that was always my complaint. Why do they keep doing it like this? I don't think he's psychopathic. I think he is a survivor. And I think he trained and learned his resources to fight the crime so that nobody has to
Yeah, it's his
suffer the way
war
he
on
did it.
crime.
Right.
He and I know from his saying, I am vengeance, I am the night, I am Batman, but he does not stand for vengeance. He stands for justice. This is basically the things what the DC Trinity stand for, what they're supposed to represent. Superman is hope, Batman is justice, and Wonder Woman is truth.
Right, exactly. And he also brought that when he used his voice work for the Justice League and Justice League Unlimited shows as well. He did that. And going back to the TV series, Kevin understood that. And you
Mm-hmm.
could tell in his voice, and you could tell in his performance, because when he's Bruce Wayne, the voice is very
Is more
friendly, very
welcoming.
neighborly.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's more welcoming, more calm, it's
But
very
when he's
friendly.
Batman, he would have to put a rest with, so it's not like how um Christian Bale would do it to
Yeah.
make it sound more growling, where he sounds like he has freaking lung cancer.
Right.
Where were the other drugs going?
Yeah, that's yeah, Kevin understood. Yeah, yeah, he should have took some lessons from Kevin on how to do the fluctuate between the voices, because when Kevin did it, it was just right. It was just right for the voices to be. And if I can go through, as we was going to do discussion, I went through some of my favorite episodes that show that. Well, the first two episodes, the two parters that dealt with Catwoman, I love that two-parter. Um, Red Claw, I think is what it's called. I don't know at the top of my head. I thought that was so well written and so well done, and a great way also to bring Catwoman into the story. I love how she's portrayed in this, but I love how Kevin when he's the Bruce Wayne, even though he falls in love with her, he knows at the end he has to dispense justice. But I think not justice in evil. I think he hopes by bringing her in, maybe she could reform her ways and become good and not turn to crime.
And that's what he
So,
does with a lot of his rogues gallery too.
mhm,
In fact, a lot of people would say that Batman it would be just like is already just so psychopathic because he's just as psychopathic as his villains. No. The villains is already a reflection of what he would have been had he not recovered from his own trauma. The Riddler would have been Bruce Wayne had he been already so much more prideful to his own smarts,
mhm,
basically to his own mind, almost like a Tony Stark, where he's already so narcissistic and so prideful, caught up within himself. Ivy, Poison Ivy would be what Bruce Wayne would be like had he would basically take vengeance upon the world by becoming another terrorist. Same thing with Ra's al Ghul. The Joker, easy example from that. He already would say, the Joker would say in The Killing Joke, it takes one bad day to drive a man insane, because that's what happened to the Joker himself, and he tested that on Jim Gordon, but that didn't work because strong-minded individuals like Jim or Batman to even Clark or anyone else in the Justice League, no, they are stronger than this because they are heroes. They are examples of what we should be because that's what DC heroes are meant to stand for. Marvel does this too, I know, but yet Marvel heroes struggles a lot more since they are so much more human and they're trying to be heroes. Spider-Man struggles with this a lot.
yes, I agree. And see, this is what today's audience, these new today's audience and these writers are forgetting. They're forgetting that final. They're thinking that they try to they're sympathizing with
Eh,
the
eh, eh,
Joker.
eh, 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 eh.
They're not.
Shame on you. We're
What did
supposed to
I
be
say?
talking about our favorite Batman episodes. Shame
Oh,
on
I'm
both of
sorry.
you.
Well, in a way, I'm about to get into it, but the reason I brought it up, Wolf, is because I want to explain why the animated series is the best Batman to me compared to what I've seen. It's their interpretation of it. Now, since he brought up episodes that show reformation of villains, my favorite episodes that would involve how he dealt with Harvey Two Face. Those were some of my favorite ones. Is how he treated, because he really wanted to try to help Harvey. He never ever tried to kill Harvey, even when Harvey tried to kill him himself, because he knew Harvey needed help. So he never tried to drive him to do that. And Harvey was a tragic character, because when I watched that episode that first introduced him, all I said to myself was, if only Harvey got help for his split personality, he wouldn't be driven to become Two-Face the way he did. So I literally like those episodes. There's several episodes. I can't think of them on the top of my head, but there's several episodes that deal
Oh
with
god, this episode. I know
oh,
exactly what this is.
I I saw this.
Yeah, they do a reference that scene there. It's a reference to The Dark Knight Returns with Batman and Superman's fight in that story.
Yes. I definitely saw this. I I definitely saw this. I looked this up as soon as I knew he had passed away. I looked this up.
Dark Knight Returns. He's gonna, he's on a
Yep,
PTSD flash.
Uh-huh.
yep. Raiders of the Lost Arkham Asylum. He references that.
Typical Justice League do. Sup, sup, sup.
The Batman, the Batman. But then he's referencing the Batman.
Yeah.
You sub it, the man. Sub Batman. Sub Batman. Sub Batman. Sub Batman.
Yeah, in the slow mo, he breaks it down in syllables. The Batman. See, there he is in the back. There he is,
Yeah.
and he's gone. And he's right there.
There you go. Yeah.
He's measuring the symbol.
And he's gone.
Sup, 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 sup.
He's behind the fence.
He's just picking over the fence.
Yeah.
And then he's gone.
Mhm.
He could have won the cow.
And he's just right there.
Yeah. Yeah.
He could have won the cow. I don't care how skinny he looks in the damn suit.
Yeah.
Should have won the cow, damn it.
When I first did that, I went right back to this video to look back at it.
I am Batman. This a man. No, wait. This one will. Oh yes, please. Why'd you?
And he's gone. There he is.
Oh, Toon Telly. You know, here's you know, you put this hand in your throat. I want to remember the one man who beat you.
Oh yeah, and it's a reference to
What
the
does that
Dark
even
Knight.
mean?
Yeah.
Night. It's Dark Knight.
Showed him. I done the speech from.
Wait for it. Wait for it.
As close as we gonna get to Kevin Conroy swearing.
Yeah.
Oh god.
See, I love the fact that he really enjoyed the role and he really embraced that, and that's wonderful and refreshing to see.
It was a sort of clash of identity crises.
Yes, that was hilarious. That was hilarious. I too referenced that video when he died. I went back and looked back at it and
Oh
thought
my
how
goodness.
hilarious. But I, it was so great. That was so hilarious and funny. But again, like I said, I love how he embraced the role, and he knew how much the fans loved him in that role, and he
He was
embraced it.
typecast in the role and he enjoyed his typecast.
Yeah, that's what I liked about him. There were no qualms about him being typecast. Most actors, when they get so closely related to a role like that or anything similar, try hard to get away from it, but he embraced it. He embraced it, and the fans loved him
Still love
for
his
it. And
Bruce
he's
Wayne
those.
voice.
Oh, his Bruce Wayne voice is great. That's what I loved about the show. And like I said with the show, guys, he was very much the detective. Because I always felt like when I watched it, I was like it's like I was reading some detective novel. But
Yeah, because
except
that's
this
how
time,
Batman started in his first appearance. It started with a very noir fiction.
yeah, and the show captured that final. I think the show captured that because every time that's why his voice was so perfect because he could give you that noir voice as Bruce Wayne, but then go into hero mode when he becomes Batman. And
Mm-hmm.
that's what I lived like about it. And then with Catwoman, Selena Kyle being the femme fatale, I like the way the show did that. Like I said, every time I watched it, my favorite episodes were always the one where he becomes the detective and he goes out to solve the crime, but also solve the mystery as well. And
Mm-hmm.
and using his intelligence and all the means he had to do it, which is why he always got the best of the villains at the end. And that is what I love about it. That at the end, the bad guys always get their up and comings, or a bad guy who really isn't a bad guy gets the help that they need. That's why the Two-Face episodes, all the episodes dealing with Two-Face are the ones that I really enjoy because I always felt Two-Face was a tragic character. Or maybe
Mm.
even to said Mr. Freeze for some, if you want to say that in some episodes of the animated series with Mr. Freeze. He seemed to want to help Mr. Freeze despite Mr. Freeze, like you said, is a mirror of what Batman could be because Mr. Freeze wanted revenge on the people that murdered his wife. But Batman, as you guys have mentioned, turned away from that, so he couldn't become to free. Freeze used all of his resources to become evil, whereas Batman uses his resources for good.
Mm-hmm.
So all the Mr. Freeze episodes were my favorite. Any episodes that scared me, I would say the episode with Clayface, which is another tragic character. And when he confronts Clayface at the studio and he begins to show all those images what used to be, and then Clayface just starts morphing into all these different faces at the same time. That one really got me
Crazy animation
a
right
bit.
there.
Yeah, crazy but good. It worked. But then again, also he wanted to help. Uh, again, tried to help Clayface, but I guess at this point he couldn't really help him. He the it took over his mind, his ability to morph into so many different people. That
Mm-hmm.
episode when he couldn't control all the people he was turning
You
into. That
donate a few
animation.
million and you think you own the place. I understand I'm to analyze something for you. Yeah, Doc. See, I keep hearing squeaks in my chimney, and I found these in my empty fireplace. They look like hairs. I thought maybe you could tell me if I had a bat problem. And what if there are bats, Mr. Wayne? What then? Destroy them like insects? We won't survive the next evolution cataclysm, but bats will. They're survivors, Mr. Wayne, not pests. You should understand that.
Is that from the episode of what is it called? The Not Batwing, but Man Bat?
On leather wings, yes.
Yeah, yeah. That's a popular episode with a lot of people. That's a good one too. So I said,
Who's back there? You! I'm looking for Dr. March. He's not here, Batman. Where is he? Giving a lecture on human extinction and bat evolution. He's really quite brilliant. He's misguided and a thief. He's just a theorist. He was afraid to put it to the test, but I wasn't. I knew he discovered a formula to create a totally new species, neither man nor bat. And once I started taking it, I couldn't stop. I desperately wanted to, but it took over. Francine and Marsh tried to protect me, but it was too late. The beast knew what chemicals were needed to bring itself about. It was out of my control, and it only needs one more component to complete the process. It's in me, Batman.
the Man Bat episode, Leather Wings, the Man Bat episode. Still,
Yep.
I can't remember all the
Hmm.
dialogue, but that's the part where he goes to the scientist and discovers that yeah, he's the Man Bat. Yeah, yeah, that's a classic one too. It's a lot of good ones in there. I'm still trying to think. That's a good one. If anybody want to throw, does anybody want to comment on how he handled the Joker in the animated series?
Uh,
Batman, you wouldn't let me fall, would you? Batman.
Well, he's a thorn in Batman's side, but I always felt at the end Batman always got the one up on him.
is that what you think this is about? That you let me die? I don't give a damn on what cloud your judge is worse. Your guilt or your antiquated sense of morality. Bruce, I forgive you for not saving me. But why? Why on God's earth? Is he still alive?
So you do think about
Wait,
me.
not yet. That's way later.
I know.
Gotta give the boy points. He came all the way back from the dead to make this shindig happen. So, who's got a camera? Ooh, get one of me and the kid first. Then you and me, then the three of us. And then one with the crowbar. Then, You'll be as quiet as possible, or I'll put one in your lap first. Party pooper, no cake for you.
For you.
Ignoring what he's done in the past. Blindly, stupidly disregarding the entire graveyards he's filled, the thousands who have suffered, the friends he's crippled. And I thought I'd be the last person you'd ever let him hurt. If it had been you that he'd beat to a bloody pulp, if he had taken you from this world, I would have done nothing but search the planet for this pathetic pile of evil death-worshipping garbage and send him off to hell. You don't understand. I don't think you've ever
I don't think
understood.
you ever
What?
did.
What, your moral code just won't work for that? Is it too hard to cross that line? No!
No,
God almighty, no.
No.
It'd be too
It'd be
damn
too damn
easy.
easy. All I ever wanted to do was kill him. All A day doesn't go by that I don't think about subjecting him to every horrendous torture he's dealt out to others, and then end him. Oh, so
Oh,
you
so you
do
do
think
think
about
about me.
But
if
if
I
I
do
do
that,
that,
if I allow
if I allow
myself to go
myself
down
to
that
go down
place,
into that place,
I'll
I'll
never
never
come
come
back.
back. Why? I'm not talking about killing Penguin or Scarecrow or Dent. I'm talking about him. Just him. I'm doing it because he took me away from you.
I can't. I'm sorry.
That is so sweet.
Well, you won't have a choice.
Oh man,
Well, very
but
well
that's not the right
done.
Batman. Don't do some quotes, man. You gotta do Master of the Fantastic. We're still talking about Conroy here, man. Damn,
Wait,
Yeah.
wait, who voiced Batman in that movie?
it was not Kevin Conroy. Give me a sec.
I don't.
I'm already on the
Okay.
IMDb. I'll look it up.
Okay. Because I don't know
Bruce
who
Nice.
Greenwood.
else could have written.
Oh, Bruce Greenwood. Oh, and Jensen Ackles is Jason
He looks
Todd. Holy
familiar.
God.
AKA the better voice. Oh, he
The
was
better
he was
voice
Kirk's
for
dad in
who?
Star Trek 2009. 13 Days,
Yeah.
I Robot. Oh, he was the Dick in
Mhm.
I Robot.
Yes,
The
I
Resident
know who
Evil.
he is.
Oh no, he was in the. Oh no, that's the Resident. Johnny Fate,
Mhm.
Terra Firma, still in production. Oh, he was in Doctor Sleep. He was Doctor John. Young Justice. He was Bruce Wayne. Batman actually.
Mhm.
Batman Gotham by Gaslight. He was basically New 52 of he was the New 52 Batman, kind of,
Oh.
I
Mhm.
guess. I don't know. He was Gerald in
Mhm.
Gerald's Game. Oh, he was that dick. He's always playing a dick. He was the president in Kingsman the Golden Circle. He was a dick in that one too.
Yeah. Well, except for
Madman,
Star Trek
basically playing
2009,
a dick in.
he was
Well, he was well, yeah.
yes.
No, he was a
Yeah.
dick commander.
Well, I
He was
thought he was pretty
Pike.
good commander. He could.
He was
Yeah.
Pike.
Well,
No,
Pikey
he was the
encouraged.
dick.
He could.
He was the dick I actually agree with.
Well, he got
I
Kirk
mean,
to
he
get
was a
off his
dick, but
behind.
damn it, he was a dick. He was a dick that I actually agree with. Fuck Pike. I mean, fuck Kirk. He was in Flight, but she was a dick in that one too. Uh, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 Overlord. Huh, I was a dick in that one too. Super 8 Cooper. Oh, Under the Red Hood was way before we start getting the New 52 bullshit in the animated movies. Cyborg Soldier, The Summit, Class of the Titans. Not Clash, Class. Deja Vu. World's Fastest Indian, Capote, Racing. Oh, he was next. He was in Racing Stripes. Oh shit! I feel sorry for you, buddy. That was a shit movie. I don't give a fuck with anybody. Oh, he was Commander. He was Commander. Oh, he was less of a dick in the core. Okay, that was one less of a dick in the movie that he was in. The core. He was Commander Richard Iverson. He was the dude that. He's the one that got by that diamond shark that impaled him in the top of his head.
What show was that?
The core movie,
Oh, I never saw it.
2003. That's when
Oh,
they had. That's when they had to win to the Earth's core to make it rotate again.
okay. I
He
heard
was.
of it, but I never
Oh, he was the
watched it.
dick husband in Double Jeopardy with Ashley Judd.
Like calling him out.
I'm serious. Every single movie I've seen him in, whenever he was in, he was a
He played.
dick.
Yeah.
Every time you see him, you be like, damn, what a dick.
Oh,
As for
And yet the
57,
only
was he
time that
less of
he
a dick in that
wasn't
one?
was when he actually played Batman in Under the Red Hood.
That's
Until
what I'm
they actually
saying.
made until New 52 and they actually made Batman a big dick.
I mean, like there's only like 2, 3 movies that he's credited to where he's less of a dick or not a dick at all.
And
Sorry, I don't
wow.
mean to start the
Well,
stream to look up this
wow.
guy's pedigree, but damn, like I said, the ones I'm just saying the ones I recognize him in, I remember him being a dick every single time he was a dick.
Maybe that's why they cast
Just saying.
he plays him
Just saying.
good. I haven't seen all of them, but I understood him in Star Trek. He was just trying to get Kirk to realize his potential and help him out. So, and then he made him captain. So I think that got there somehow.
So, what do you think?
That
Does she have a
should
sister?
count for
Does she have a
something.
sister? Nope. Pam's one of a kind. That's why I asked her to marry me. What? Yep, that's the page one headline. Hey, it's starting to get warm. You're you're still flushed from that last kiss. Harvey, you just met her last week. And I already know she's the one. Gosh, it's hot in here.
Uh,
Marriage is a marriage is a major step, Harv. Don't you think you're rushing it? No way. The more I laid eyes on Pam, her love hit me right in the face. Harvey, you've lost your mind. Knock it off. Harv? Harvey! Hang on, Harvey. Hang on.
that's the Poison Ivy introduction episode, and
That's why I was scared. That's why I got scared as a kid because I was like, shit, he
that
feeling
one.
this. Yeah, one of
Oh,
the few
okay.
episodes where I got scared as a kid because
Because of go
Kevin
ahead.
Conroy assaulted the stress in Bruce's voice.
Ah. That's why he is so that is why I say he elevated voice acting. He showed that voice acting to some actors or people voice acting, and you could tell it in some actors when they do voiceover work, they really don't put any of their talent or passion into it. He put a lot into it because you got to remember no one's ever going to see his face. No one's ever going to see his face or
Batman,
what he's
a late
doing.
night rendezvous. To what do I owe the honor? Harvey Dent. Oh, the poor district attorney. I hear he's not expected to live. Oh, it's so sad. Why, Isley? Oh, please, call me Poison Ivy. You see, Harvey had to pay for his crime. What crime? Why, murder, of course. Plotting a field of beautiful wildflowers that are silly penitentiary for that silly penitentiary of his. This little rose would be extinct today if I hadn't saved my precious from those horrible bulldozers. The blood of those flowers are on his hands. So his fate was sealed with a kiss. And now, so is yours. Mm. Oh, what's wrong? Well, they have to make that sound effect every time they kiss each other.
Yeah, they do.
Afraid I have cooties? Oh, now you've gone and hurt my feelings. Too bad. I was going to share the antidote with you. Lovely fragrance, don't you think? I call it Rose from the Dead. We have the Hound of the South, Donic Powell, with us tonight. Took you long enough, son of a bitch.
Oh, good lord.
Well, good evening to you too, Wolf.
Oh, yes.
Number love, Dom. Number love.
I know, dude. But anyway, good evening, everybody. Thank you for joining us in tonight's live stream as we talk about the life of Kevin Conroy, the quintessential Batman, who has unfortunately left this world due to cancer.
I did not know he was ill.
Neither did
That
I.
what
Nobody did.
mm-mm, mm-mm. I never knew he was that ill. I never did. So I was shocked when I saw, and I didn't see it till I didn't hear the news till the evening because I think it was Friday or something. I was off. I wasn't on social media because I had to go out, run errands, take care of some business and such. So I really wasn't paying attention to anything. So when I came home in the evening and saw that, I was like, "What? When? How?" The three questions. I'm shocked by it, but I just never knew he was sick with cancer. Oh, brave for
Well,
him to go
let's
on as long as he did.
No,
But
no, I spent 3 months on that rate. He can't overturn. The fool. He's been bought like all the rest. Harvey, please try to calm down. This sort of behavior doesn't run well with the vote. Let go of me, you rich twit!
That
That's the
remains one of my
Created
favorite
the
episodes
monster.
from Batman the Animated Series.
mine too, Dominic, is the episodes with the storyline of Harvey Dent. Would you
It's an
say?
effective two-parter.
Yeah, I think I liked it more. Again, I like the way it was presented more in this
Almost
show
every
than I did in
episode
the
of the
movie.
Harvey,
animated series is a
please, let
two-parter.
me help you. You? You saw what's happening. You knew that something was terribly wrong with me. I thought you were my friend. You should have been able to help me, but you didn't. Now look at me. But I tried, Harvey. Harvey, why couldn't you save me? Why couldn't you save us, son? What are you dreaming tonight, Harvey? Peaceful dreams? Nightmares? Maybe both at once. Sleep well, my friend. Whether you are, whatever you become, I will save you. I swear.
I've created a monster.
Yeah, much like Cameron Conroy, Richard Mall, he did a great job like bringing Harvey Dent to life in Batman the Animated Series. Because whenever I read Two Face, like whenever he appears in a comic book, I always hear his voice actor.
Same here. Exactly.
My name is Dr. Victor Freeze. I'm recording what I pray will be mankind's first step towards immortality. Behind me, you see the CC-100, a cryogenic freezing chamber of my own design. I created for the express purpose of freezing subjects stricken with inoperable elements, subjects like my own beloved wife, Nora. Once a remedy has found, open this door! Open it now! Stop! This is my experiment! Your unauthorized experiment. I ordered funding suspended weeks ago. I'm already 3 million in debt thanks to you. You cannot stop. You can't stop it now. My wife is in there. So bring her out. You can't interrupt the process now. Open it. It's our only chance. This is my experiment. Mine. I have every legal right to use it or not use it as I see fit. I say this project ends now. No! Stay away from her, murderer! Victor, I'm sorry. I lost my temper. It doesn't have to come to this. We can talk. Nora! Nora! My God. Yes. It would move me to tears. I still had tears to shed.
I was going back to it. Final. I there were a lot of two parters, but I think that was the best way to tell the story. Again, it had that noir feeling. So maybe that was the best way to tell the story, don't you think? Not for all, but some of them, I think, because it's a mystery too.
It's
So
because I just began thinking about it. When I think of like many episodes of the animated series, a lot of them, most of the episodes in the animated series, even up to season 4, are mostly a bunch of two-parters.
I
You
think it.
beg. In my nightmares, I see my Nora behind the glass, begging to me with frozen eyes. I've longed to see that look frozen on you.
You know
That's
the
Mr.
drill.
Freeze. Yeah.
The advanced circuitry
Yes.
that powers my suit also
Yes.
triples my
Final.
strength. Sooner or later,
Oh, a book
all
you
who
got
stand in
there.
my way must feel the ice touch of death. What was that stuff? The only way to fight a cold. It can't end this way. Vengeance? No. Justice. A year ago, Ferris Bull interrupted an experiment in the process, destroyed 2 lives. Good night, humanitarian.
Good.
Oh,
I
that
spoke
is
more,
Mr.
but
Freeze.
that was
That's a
a
very
heart of
famous
ice.
speech. Dominic, yes. Dominic, would you say the way they presented the storyline for Two Face was better in this series than maybe in the cinema or on screen in the movies, including Christopher Nolan?
Well, so far as time passed, the anime series like really captured like who Harvey Dent is as a character before and after his transformation into Two-Face. And while the circumstances that led him to becoming Two-Face is different, well, the catalyst, inspired the differences remains the same.
Okay. 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 I was
But
just curious. I was curious. Go ahead.
yeah, while I didn't enjoy how like two, well, I'll say in the cinema in this the only time that Harvey's like origins like was accurate to how it happened in the books was shown in Batman Forever with Joel Schumacher after Tim Burton like left the chair as director. So even though he didn't really act like Two Face like as he should in the books, was what happened to him was still like still like brings like well, not a tearjerker, but an emotional gut punch because he is like one of Bruce's close friends.
I agree with that,
And
even though
yet
I
for
felt
some reason not only his face was then turned to ash, actually no, not only that his face was actually thrown into acid to the point where he looks like it's just a chewed up starburst on the other half of his face in that movie, because for some reason, even so, he looks like, even so, it somehow changed actor from Tommy Lee Jones instead of Haley B.
Billy wants to
Williams.
Tony Jones.
Yeah, Haley B. Williams.
Yeah, and that was quite the odd change in actor. No, it
yeah.
wouldn't make sense like if they kept like Billy D. Williams. Well, even though like yes, it
Billy
was
D.
a race.
Williams, not Haley B. Williams. I don't know why I got the names mixed up.
Even though it was a race swap, however, Billy D. Williams like did much like Michael Clark Duncan, he did a good job portraying Harvey Dent.
Yes, he did. I never liked Tommy Lee Jones as Harvey Dent. I think
Yeah,
the
because
reason was
he
yeah,
just gets too busy just monkeying around a lot.
right. He does.
Why
The
don't you just die?
Which
Exactly.
let's have him
yeah,
come
that's
off
all
more
he's
as
looking for.
Joker than well Harvey Dent Two Face.
Exactly. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Jones didn't really capture the tragedy of Harvey Dent. Let's say the way the
Believe
cartoon,
me,
the animated
you
series
are the
did. I
only
think
one
Jones.
who cares.
Oh, that is
No,
Mr.
not
Freeze. Not that
yeah.
episode.
I
And I
remember
don't
that
think
episode from Batman Beyond.
Mm-hmm.
yes, one of the best ones. It's tragic, but one of the best ones.
The snow is
But
beautiful, don't you think? Clean, uncompromising, and cold. Like the swift hand of vengeance. I saw what happened to your wife. I'm sorry. I am beyond emotions. They've been frozen dead in me. That suit you wear, a result of the coolant. Very good. A detective to the last. I can no longer survive outside a sub-zero environment. Tonight, I mean to pay back the man who ruined my life. Our lives. Even you have to kill everyone in the building to do it. Think of it, Batman. To never again walk in summer's day with a hot wind on your face and a warm hand to hold. Oh yes, I'd kill for that.
oh, so another Mr. Freeze gave some good ones. But the
Scene.
episode where he says, "Very good, you are on point tonight." The you did
No
your
thanks to
homework.
me.
Oh, shut up.
It's fine.
You contribute as much as. Be proud of what you contributed to. You did a great Red Hood, dude.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
true. Go
yeah.
ahead.
In our wrong child, Harvey was not that well fleshed out in the Dark Knight, and which led to his transformation into Two Face. It didn't have that punch.
Right, I totally agree. The punch wasn't there either for Dark Knight and with Tommy Lee Jones. Tommy Lee Jones was riding high because he just won an Oscar for The Fugitive, but The Fugitive is more his style. Harvey Dent is not. So that was the problem with that film. He came
Would you
across as
make this out to
cartoonishly
Bruce?
comical.
Here you are, Bruce. Thanks. As a kid, I used to watch you with my father. The Grey Ghost is my hero. Really?
Oh, I was just
And
about to
he
bring up that
still
episode.
is.
I was just to
Trying
bring
to do
up
my
that
best
episode.
Bruce Wayne voice.
I love that Grey Ghost episode. I think that's like my top 3 Batman
I like the
episodes.
Gray Ghost. Hmm. Name something else. You said you had everything. Except the Gray Ghost. Nobody has it. The studio that made the show, Spectra, it burned down 20 years ago. The negatives all went like kindling. Real shame. So the Gray Ghost doesn't exist. Not anymore. Sorry, pal. Dude, you just said that to one of the richest men in the fucking city. If that been Bruce Wayne, I'd be looking all through the fucking tabloids to find that shit. Bruce, what? Oh, dude, no. I got you. I got you covered. I got you covered. Let me look at the catalog. Let me look at the catalog real quick, real quick. Okay, they got something on sale in the penny saver.
Oh,
That really
Adam
goes
West
to show
like
you
did a good
that a
job
lot.
with.
You, I, real quick, Don. Sorry, real quick. That goes to show you one thing. People keep saying, how do people not recognize Superman with his glasses on, right? How are you ever going to recognize a celebrity on a spot? You can see them on a picture, you can see them on a tablet, you can see them on the internet, right?
Mhm.
But you'll never ever be able to notice them that quick in person, unless you do a double take per se.
Yeah, yeah, that's yeah.
Like in the scene in
Mhm.
Space Jam, that little girl didn't even notice it was Charles Barkley until she did a double take.
Right. That's
Because
I think that
everybody,
would be everybody.
because a lot of
Yeah.
people, what people don't know is this: even celebrities look just like us. Everywhere you go, every human being looks just about alike. Almost though we're different, right? Skin color, skin tone,
Mhm.
size, shape, the amount of limbs we got, maybe. But the thing is, we're familiarized with the human race, but not every individual character. So, like when you walking by, you probably will probably bump into Val Kilmer, though he's partially unrecognizable these days.
Mhm.
Sad to say, I wouldn't even recognize Kevin Conroy in real life unless I did a
Probably
double take.
not.
Like, oh shit, I just bumped into Batman.
Probably not. Mhm. I probably would be the same way. Bump into him like and go, nah, and then walk on about my
It's
business.
like Ninja Turtles
Mhm.
3. Clint Eastwood? Nah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes, Child of Flower. The Great Ghost is one of my favorite episodes because it shows how even Bruce knew what a hero was and what inspired him. And I love the fact that Adam West was the Great Ghost. That was such a nice, let Adam West do the voice of the Great Ghost. That was such a nice
He was
tribute
even in
as well.
Lego Batman 3 as the voice there too.
In what now? Oh yeah, yeah. That I didn't
Even though
know.
he did voice himself there too, because it was I think it was the 80th anniversary of Batman, since 80 years since Batman's first appearance, I think, since that game came out.
Yeah, it was the 80th anniversary.
Right. It was either 80 or 75 years. I'm not sure which one it was.
Yep, and then and yeah, and the whole episode's a treat because it showed even Bruce Wayne knew what a hero was. And you're right, Child of Flower. He geeked out at the thought of meeting the man who's the Gray Ghost.
He
And
even
it
kept his
proved
little
to be
shrine of him in the Batcave.
yeah, that was cool.
And not to mention like in a meta sort of way, where like you see the predecessor. Well, you see the successor meeting his predecessor.
Yeah!
Because yeah, because like the great yeah, because like Adam West, like he was like Batman for a time until like Neil Adams and other creators were able to return like Bruce to his gothic noir roots.
Yeah.
And also like in
Plus,
that
he
same
doesn't show
episode, it
all the
touched.
time. After all, she has a boyfriend. Better to withdraw like a gentleman, forget her, turn my heart to other pursuits. Never! After all, I created a chip strong enough to control a human brain. It'd be so easy to make her forget her boorish beau and love me. But that would reduce her to a soulless shell. No, not my Alice. I'll cut that cowl off your neck before you take her. I've waited my whole lonely life for her, and all you've waited for is a puppet, a soulless little doll. It didn't have to be this way. You made me do this to her.
Is that
The
the Mad
Mad
Hatter?
Hatter.
Yep.
That
Yes.
was, yeah, okay. So final said it first. Yes.
Yeah, as soon as he said not my Alice, like, oh, the Mad Hatter. I just now realized it. Yes.
Yeah, yep. Said that first. You threw us off because we were so into the Great Ghost. I had to listen to it first again with the Mad Hatter monologue. But yes, tragic character as well. I guess I don't know. I don't know.
I mean, I wouldn't
Uh,
call him more
The
tragic, but more
first scent
so,
character in a
yeah.
Batman show.
I would say rather creepy.
yeah, that's the better word for it.
More than
yeah.
pretty much what anyone else in Batman's Rogues Gallery have been.
hmm Named after a Lewis Carroll character. How interesting.
Yep, he was so fascinated by a fictional work, he actually became that character, and he wanted that work in his own life. He incorporated all of it into his own life. That's what made it dangerous.
yes. Yeah, that's why he had to be stopped. That's the reason why he
Yet
had.
the actual Mad Hatter from the books, he will not go that far as Tetch.
Well, yeah, exactly. It's just that Tetch basically he was obsessed with this girl who looked a lot like Alice because he had dedicated a lot of his life to Alice in Wonderland, that exact book. And he was so sick in the head and he was so enveloped into this, he wanted his whole world to be exactly like this because of how Gotham is such a cesspool of crime and due to its underworld.
Yeah. so that
Yeah,
fits.
and
Go
not to
ahead.
mention, like the Mad Hatter is an underrated member in Batman's Rogues Gallery. Right,
Well,
as
yeah.
much as like there are Jokers, there are Bane, and Two Faces, and well, countless others. But the Mad Hatter is what represents as an aspect of Batman's Rogues Gallery, where Bruce's challenged like in an intellectual and mental level, not just in strength.
Yeah. And yeah, that even reflects a part of Batman too, but even with us too, because normally when someone would be traumatized, they would look at other pieces of literature and other forms of art to even as a coping mechanism for that. Many psychologies actually use that, and that's been scientifically proven for this. And that's basically what we would basically do. Some people or most people or would be too afraid to even express ourselves, but yet would rather express ourselves in art through an artistic medium.
Oh yes, I've heard many stories about singers or writers or actors who, like you said, they express themselves through their music, through their art, or the roles that they play on stage. That's how they express who they are. I've heard many stories about that with certain actors, which not necessarily is a bad thing. Is one of the things we love about, or I've always loved about the performing arts, is it's a way that you find a way to express yourself, and not everybody can do that. You know,
Mm-hmm.
everybody wishes they can do that, but everybody cannot do that. So, um, I always thought of it as a beautiful way done in the right way. It is a beautiful way of using it, and if it's expressed correctly, we all can relate to it. That's why we relate to certain characters, whether in books, novels, comic books, or TV shows, because the writer has tapped into something that we can understand.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
You're not wrong, Leo. Yeah, the performing arts or the visual arts, like they not only provide escapism to the audience, but also allow them to connect with individuals who are not like them, and like through their actions as well as, no pun intended, their character as they become invested in what will happen to them like in the next chapter in their life. The caveat is, as much as with like any artistic endeavor, you do not want to lose yourself in the arts because in turn you start to lose touch in reality, or like the sides between fantasy and reality will begin to collide.
Exactly, and that's what happened to Jervis Tetch when he became the Mad Hatter.
Yes, yes, very good.
That's essentially what would happen if Daniel Day Lewis like went too far in his method acting because it almost costed him his life.
Oh,
I heard about that. Yeah, you're right. There are some actors who do take the method acting just a wee bit too far, and they got to be pulled back. I think Jared Leto is another one that's like that, where they cross the line too heavily, and it costs them life, or it plays on them mentally.
yep.
Heath Ledger,
Oh, what's
that
so
he didn't.
funny?
I love that scene. Can y'all
This
see it?
one, yeah. So I'm
Yes,
looking at it now. Why does it make you
Oh, I love
laugh?
that.
it's probably just from
Because
the
he's
fact
just
that
sitting on
Joker is
Captain
just.
Clown smiling, dead ass at us. Also like that. Also like that hip hop beat. Dun, 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 dun. He's, that's a big ass gear.
Well, why do you have the Joker up on the screen? See, the thing is, when
But
the
in the
Joker,
case,
go ahead, Dominic.
well, as well, it's a fair show what I left out before Wolf interrupted us. How, with Tej on the other hand, he did not pull himself back from fantasy. He allowed himself to lose himself in it because he doesn't want to like go back to reality. He wants to be the Mad Hatter, but in a more perverse way than Lewis Carroll like ever intended.
Exactly, yeah. Because he became so obsessed with everything that
Real
he is
quick,
because, yeah,
I
Gotham.
reenacted this scene at a jungle gym at a playground.
I
Did
bet
you
you
now?
had fun.
Yep.
I
When I
bet
was
you had
sliding down a
fun.
slide, I did just that. What Batman just did to avoid the fire.
I
So I
believe
was
it.
like, hey, it worked. I was that kid that
Anyway,
tried out all kind of things I saw on TV, even though they told you never to try it at home.
I bet you had fun.
anyway, so,
Go ahead.
um,
You
damn
talk
it,
about
where
the
the hell
Mad
was I?
Hatter. Where was that? Was we're talking about the Mad Hatter and his not able to tell reality from fantasy and
Oh,
how he
now I
took it too
remember.
far
Yeah.
and control.
Because, yeah, Gotham is indeed a huge cesspool because of its own criminal underworld, which itself fears Batman. Because that's what Batman does. Like, he protects those who cannot defend themselves. But yet, if you are a criminal who puts all their stress out there in the world out at others who lash out, be afraid of him. Not to say that you're gonna die, but because Batman's no kill rule, because that's how he would basically lose his parents. But if you were, but if you were a criminal, you'd best be afraid because he would be sending you right back behind bars. Because why?
And
He's a
that's
Dark
what
Knight.
Not only the Dark Knight, but he also never lost his sense of compassion.
Exactly. Yes.
yes, and he showed that compassion again with some of the villains that he dealt with. There were some he did have sympathy and compassion and pity for. Harvey, because Harvey was a close friend of his. Mr. Freeze, because of what he went through. Those are just two of the ones where he had compassion and pity. And those are the qualities that go into a hero. I think too many today think Batman's just about punching and kicking and fighting,
They
but he
write
also has
Batman as if he was part of the Marvel Universe. They write him as if he was either the Punisher, like in the case of Zack Snyder, or Iron
Mhm.
Man in the case of not Zack Snyder, Scott Snyder. When he was writing
Hang on,
Batman. What?
hang on. that one episode clip I showed. That was my favorite. That's one of my favorite episodes because that's the rare times where the Joker showed fear for his life.
You're right. Yeah.
Batman, you wouldn't let me fly, would you? And Batman's just shaking his head like seriously, man. Like you gotta go through this all the time.
And
And
yet
he's
he
like,
just
Oh.
goes back to his old ways.
Batman.
Yep,
Yeah.
fear for his life, and yet he just goes back to his old ways of being a nihilistic killer.
I mean, it's not the only time Joker showed fear. Remember Joker's
I
favor?
said one of the few times.
Oh yeah, Joker's favorite. Yes.
Which was also the first appearance of Harley Quinn.
Oh,
Yes.
that was Harley's first appearance.
Yep.
Oh wow. You wicked, evil, evil Miss Thomas. I don't control a company that level 1,000-year-old forest for a simple strip mine. That's evil. You and your kind owe Mother Nature a big debt, and I am here to make sure you pay up. Right now, the bark is merely existential. It will take months of additional spray before the transformations become irreversible. But, of course, I have the patience of a redwood and the convictions of a fanatic. Well, if you're not going to be part of the solution, you're obviously part of the problem, ladies. This spray is triple strength Batman. It will start the transformation without any eh, preliminaries. Ah, you made your
Uh,
secret too accessible, Ivy. I coated my outfit with a herbicidal antidote. Keep spraying! I did love
um.
the Poison Ivy episodes, but I never understood what the fuck she was talking about half the time. That
Well, you
was
gotta.
kid me.
Oh,
But
okay.
it was probably most to do with me being distracted with her body.
Of course, being a they drew the women
It's
well on this
probably
show.
to do with with me being distracted by her body half the time. Cause damn it,
What?
that one scene where he's climbing up on the hole and stuff, where he had that rose in his hand, and she had that cock that hip cocked to the side, ready to shoot her arrow at his ass. Mm, mm, mm. That's a deadly sexy woman. And then
Well,
until
that's the point of Ivy.
she's deadly, she's sexy. And then he pulls out that rope.
Yeah, that's the point of it. She's a femme fatale.
She surrenders. He hands it to her. My baby, and starts cuddling it. I was like, God damn, woman, you need a hobby. Oh, sorry, Moppy Kelly.
Well, that's the role of her. She and Selena Kyle are the femme fatales. So that's the whole point of them. That's the whole point
Ooh,
of
when Red
Ivy.
Claw kept kicking her, I was mad. I
Well,
was mad as a kid. I was like stop kicking her like that. And then the Panther pounced on her like, yeah, get her ass, get her. You
well,
don't kick
Ivy is.
Catwoman like that.
Here we go.
Yeah, oh goodness. Well,
That's how. That's usually what goes through my mind as a kid when I watch this stuff. Dead
as a kid, of
dead
course.
serious. That's how I was thinking when I was a kid when I saw Red Claw kicking her and shit. I'm like, don't you dare kick her.
Well, we excuse you. You were young. You were a child, so that's understandable.
How's
That's
that
what you're supposed to
excusable?
do.
That's a kid. That's a kid watching something and just getting invested into what I was watching. That needs no excuse. That needs
No,
understanding.
I'm sure there's others out there listening can understand and sympathize with you. Nothing wrong with that.
Off topic. How did y'all feel about the new Batman Adventures designs?
Eh,
I
it's kind of
wasn't.
half and
Eh,
half.
Yeah, I wasn't crazy about him. I
Yeah,
wasn't.
like
Yeah. Go ahead, final.
this is like Joker's design. I mean, his hair is just now goes like for a more black instead of like more green. Like they couldn't have at least like have like a shine of his hair like a more darker green instead of like a lighter green. Ivy and Catwoman's designs, they look like they're the age of college students, and for some reason they have like a lot more paler skin for some reason.
Mm-hmm. That was
Not
weird.
yeah,
Yeah.
not
I,
even a
I
fan
I
of
will say
Scarecrow's
it was
design in that
neat.
show.
Me
It was
neither.
needed
Me
to
neither.
it was needed to contrast the new color palette for the background, I guess.
Mm.
It didn't work for me at all. It was hard for me to focus on the show, but the way they were drawn, it's just yeah, the designs just like it's like they're not human. I don't know.
I
I
mean, a
kind of
lot of
feel the
that
way.
kind of carried over to the other DC animated shows. Like most of them, Joker's design in the first 3 seasons, and then in season 4, was then intertwined in Batman Beyond: The Return of the Joker, and Ivy's design in season 4 was then carried over in Justice League Unlimited, though her skin is actually more green. And they
Yeah.
still kept Harley's
Mhm.
design throughout.
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
never liked the Joker's design in New Batman Adventures at all.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
I did like his Justice League and yeah, his Justice League design though.
I mean, it's more of a return to form to how Joker originally looked, but
Mm-hmm.
carrying like the best aspects of the new designs from the new Batman Adventures.
Mm-hmm.
It was it was decent. However,
I did like the design
even
of the
though like it's
Creeper
not
in
for,
that season, though.
oh yeah, me too. Well, even though it's decent and not for everybody, I understand why they did it in the first place because they want the two animated shows at the time, Batman as well as Superman the animated series, to be more connected.
Oh yeah.
Get dressed. It's time we talked. Amanda Waller, born in St. Louis,
Okay.
Rhodes Scholar,
Oh
PhD in
great, now he's
political
talking
science,
about the person who
Justice
served
formed
in
the Suicide
intelligence under
Squad.
3 administrations, disappeared from public life 4 years
What's that
ago.
episode of the Justice
Am I
League
supposed
where
to be impressed?
Oh yeah.
Maybe
Oh
I
yeah, she
should
was
rattle
in
off
there.
your resume now. I could blow the whistle on you anytime I want. Fine. Why don't we step into the light together? I'm sure the American people will be just as fuck. I'm sure the American people will be just as interested in your activities as mine. Secret weapons, illegal cloning experiments, bypassing Congress. What do you want? I want to know what you think you're doing. Did Superman ever mention to get Luther's pardon, he had to tell us about your parallel universe adventure? All about it. We start to wonder what would happen if you took the same action that the Justice Lords did. So I had my people run some computer simulations. The Justice League ever went rogue, what do you think would be the result? That's mute. Humor me. In every single scenario, you beat us. Badly. But that was before Cadmus. Now we have the technology to defend ourselves. Whatever think you're doing, if you present a threat to the world, the Justice League will take you down. If we present a threat, you got a spaceship floating over our heads with a laser weapon pointing down. In a In another dimension, 7 you overthrew the government and assassinated the president. We're the good guys, protect our country from a very real threat. You.
I saw Childhood Flowers comment. It says, "Remember when Poison Ivy was actually cool and not just some socially anxious sidekick to a clown?" I remember. Meanwhile, this is even the thing that I even said about Professor Geek. When I think of a femme fatale, I immediately think Poison Ivy. It's just
Mhm.
that this is the thing that not a lot of people seem to be. A lot of people seem to be forgetting about with Ivy and to an extent Harley.
They're
They portray
best
them
friends.
exactly friends and pretty much, and it's a very toxic relationship too because it was her breakup with the Joker because her relationship with the Joker was absolutely toxic. But then when she got onto Ivy's doorstep and she's in a new relationship, it's another toxic relationship. Because here's the thing, Ivy is a narcissist. She does not value humanity. She values plants and vegetables over humanity.
Mhm.
And she essentially wanted Harley to be her sidekick, essentially. And
Yeah.
whenever she would make a mistake, she immediately lashes out at Harley, the same way that the Joker lashes out at her.
Mm-hmm. True.
It's just a repeat of the cycle.
Exactly, yeah. Having leaving a toxic relationship to be in this new one, only then to be in another one.
Yes, and it's symbolic. I think it's symbolic that because um we know
Project
that
Jasmine is in the business of developing weapons specifically to fight us. Their word were grown too powerful, and they want to even the odds. What's to stop
Are you
us?
freaking
Me?
kidding me, Wayne?
What's to
Come
stop
on, man. Come on. Let us finish our discussion.
I'm sorry.
yes,
I'm hyped.
he's on a roll. I was
I'm
going to
too
say
hyped.
he's on a roll. I was going to come back to that because I had a comment about Amanda Waller, but I was going to say about Ivy that in this case it was technically toxic since Ivy is allergic to every, she's immune to every toxic chemical on the planet. So writing style, it was interesting to have her attached to her, but like you guys said, she went from one out of the frying pan into the fire. She seems to want to be attached to toxic people for whatever reason. I don't know why she's lost her mind or
Well, it's because of the Joker's manipulation. That's because her relationship with the Joker didn't very much care for her.
right,
Because the reason why he didn't care is because she used Harley as pretty much a scapegoat just so he could get out and nothing else. And
right.
yet Harley just
Hmm.
remained attached to him since then. But then Joker then just said, "Just go away." So then, so then he just like shoved her out of the window, literally, and we see this in season 4 too. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and yet, and then when she was bumped into Poison Ivy to just be in this new relationship when after her breakup with the Joker, left broken, she was then wanted to be she was then wanted to be left to be the sidekick to Ivy because again, Ivy just wanted Harley to value plants and vegetables over humanity just like her. So she wanted Harley to be exactly like her. Like I said, to be her sidekick.
Right.
Because
Exactly.
again, Ivy is a narcissist. She doesn't care about anything. She is an eco-terrorist too. Even though Rachel Goals one too.
I think the
I
only
mean,
person
she lost.
that would benefit her is the creeper.
Well, yeah, it's kind of like
And
a
that
Pepe Le
name
Pew
does.
type of relationship too.
Mhm.
I
Exactly.
will
Yeah.
adore you. I will worship the ground you walk on.
Yeah. It's a. It's
Well,
a. Yeah. Her relationship with the
technically, is
creeper is a
what
very Pepe Le Pew type of relationship.
Yes.
I would,
technically
I
when
would
Creeper
marry
like
you.
made his debut in the realm of animation, Jeff Bennett was the perfect choice to play as the character.
Uh huh. And that's not
Absolutely.
all, Mr. Happy. I'm stealing your girl too.
Come on, come on, final. You got to give us the Pepe Le Pew. Come on, man.
Oh
We're doing this every
God.
year. You a part of this now.
Oh my Lord. Oh my
I mean
Lord.
it. I mean it.
Hey man, be careful with the book.
He's
Won't
gonna
you
throw the
be on
book
your
at
best
me.
behavior?
Okay,
Hey,
okay.
one
I got one. I
one
got one.
more one more. I will dope slap you.
You'll do anything to avoid Monster duty. Sent him off to the Phantom Zone, didn't you? He left us no choice. Spoken like a true justice lord. What? Come on! Passing judgment like gods. With our superpower army and our orbiting death ray, Cadmus is right to be scared. The human race wouldn't stand a chance. We would never go there. It isn't our nature and nothing can change that. Nothing. What if Luther does become president, like he did in their world? What would stop you from doing what that Superman did? There's always that kryptonite you carry around. You don't get the joke. Not today. I just took a bullet for you. I'm sorry, Bruce. You're right. But you don't have to worry about the Justice League. Trust me. You know me. Yeah, I do.
Do you think Bruce was a little paranoid there in that episode? Very
This
interesting.
this was the beginning of Paranoid Bruce and later adaptations. Fuck
Yeah.
me in the comics.
Yeah, I thought little
This,
unhinged there,
oh
Bruce
my
Wayne.
goodness. No, no. I look. I was on Bruce's. I was on both Bruce and Clark's side on this one. On both sides of the argument there. It that scene was meant to put you right in the middle of worry. You you're basically witnessing your uncle and your dad having an argument, and you don't know who you're supposed to side with.
Maybe that's why Wonder Woman was quiet.
Yep, because
Yep,
Mama
she was.
was quiet in the background.
Yeah, she was quiet about it.
What
Oh,
hits
I
me,
hate those.
what hit me deep in the feels though is when he says, "I had to take a bullet for you." I was like, man, Kevin Conroy nailed that inflection right there because he did. He really did took a bullet for that guy, and he would
Mm-hmm.
again if the hour need to.
Mm-hmm. That I
Hmm.
believe. That I believe. But that scene also, and maybe this is me, like I said, I'm a corny little woman, but that is when division starts to fester its ugly head because he's planting the seeds there already. And a group united cannot fight well if the division starts to grow. It doesn't get too heavy, but you could tell from that um, some of Amanda Waller's words got to him. You know, it made him a little bit paranoid because if he did know Clark, he wouldn't have to say that. But now he's like, I'm not so sure. And they are superheroes, and I'm just a human. Dude, can I really trust them? Me being a human, me being the one with got really superpowers, can I really trust them?
The real lesson here
Mm,
is you wouldn't even trust
mm.
any government officials like Waller.
Of course not.
Yeah.
Of course not. I would never take the. A lot of people like Waller, but I didn't like Amanda. Is Amanda Waller a villain or what is she?
Mm,
Because I kind of took her as an enemy
She
of the
she's
Justice
She,
League.
she
mostly just in
she's not
the
Or,
she's not a villain per se. She's current.
mhm.
She is technically on the side of the law. However, the means of achieving her goal like rubs everybody the wrong way, whether you're a
yeah,
hero or villain.
she takes the saying the ends justify the means.
Yes, you're very well
Yes.
said. Final.
Which again,
Y-
like she is not. She is. She's not
Yes,
like
big
really a
Trump,
villain.
how you doing?
She's not a villain in the traditional sense. However, like her actions does like put her in that darker area of gray.
Mm-hmm.
yes, because you would think she would want to try to work with the Justice League. To me, see like she's trying to work against them. I mean, am I
Well,
getting
pretty
the wrong
much, yeah.
impression?
That's pretty much, yeah, and this is pretty much when she formed the Suicide Squad.
Yeah. So when she did that, I'm wondering, is she really on the right side of the law?
She
I don't
think
know.
she thinks she does. So it pretty much like puts her in that type 3 anti-villain, the well-intentioned extremist.
Mm-hmm.
Because
Yeah,
like you understand where Waller is coming from in both the comic books as well as in the world of animation. However, like there are still like holes in her argument.
yeah. So I agree because I think it's very scary when she says that to Batman in that scene that you've got that power up there above us and you call us the bad guys. Hmm. That sounds like I can't find the right words, but you got to be careful of somebody like that because somebody like that will, and you guys have already brought this out, so I'm probably
Especially if they work for the freaking government.
yes,
Hmm.
And
somebody
form
like
up
that,
a and just form up a task force filled with supervillains forced to do good.
right? And
Yeah, like
somebody like that is
like
dangerous.
even individuals like Nick Fury, like they would be against Waller more so than working with her.
Mm-hmm.
Right. A person like
And
that is
that goes for both Nick Fury Senior and Junior. They would not go to the same lengths Waller would do.
right. a person like that, like Waller, is dangerous. I think you guys are right. She can be so stuck on I'm right and for the greater good. It could cause more damage than good.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's happened in some of the episodes. There have been because of how extreme that she's gone, that some damages are made, like brainwashing. What is he? Doomsday, the creature, so that when it's time to use him as a weapon, they could use him. But it turns out that it went. I think
It
it
just went
developed.
haywire, and now his primary objective was to kill Superman.
Yeah, was to kill Superman at no
E-
cost.
Even before the episode Doomsday Sanction, there's also Ultimatum with the introduction of the Ultimate.
Yes, that's that too. Yeah, you got a point about that.
And you can't, but to this day, like I still get misty eyed with the Ultimate because they want because even though like they were test tube babies, it's like they have the potential like to be heroes, especially Long Shadow.
Mm-hmm.
There's
Oh,
actually something. There's actually. Oh wait, what would you say, Leah?
no, I just say I totally agree. But you go ahead, final.
Alright, yeah. There would be something I would like to read out from this book that I have right here, in if I would do my best Kevin Conroy impression of Batman.
Oh, please
Alright,
do.
alright. Get the mic close. I am the Batman, a grim soul fighting a relentless war on crime. Cloaked in shadows, I prey on the forces of evil. Determined to strike terror throughout the underworld, I adopted the fearsome image of a bat. To prepare myself for this battle, I developed my mind, mastering science and criminology. I pushed myself to the limits of human endurance, training my body to physical perfection. All the while driven by the pain of my worst memory. The night a criminal stepped from the shadows and tore my world apart. In a heartbeat, I had lost two of the most important people in my life. This loss, it was this loss that had changed me forever. The, the night a grief stricken boy made a solemn oath he would never forget.
Well done.
Very good. Very well said. Perfect for a tribute
Thank,
to Kevin Conroy.
thank you.
Very perfect. Perfect speech to give, final, for fitting tribute to Kevin Conroy. Very good one. Well, if somebody had a comment, oh, first of all, Al, thank you for popping in. I saw his comment there. Thank you for popping in and listening. And somebody had a point about Amanda Waller. I think it was Mark or something. Yeah, Amanda, I never was a big fan of her either. I never still was a big fan of hers, even if she floats on shades of gray. I'm not a fan of her. I even on the cartoon, I'm like, I don't like this woman.
I
I don't like
mean,
for.
in both the anime series as well in the comics, you're not supposed to like Amanda Waller.
Mm-hmm. Well, it worked. Oh, good. I gotta know I'm not alone. I'm not alone. And somebody said in the comment, I saw a comment that Wolf pulled up that she sees the super beings as wild animals that need to be tamed. Because I want to.
Because she wants, that's pretty much control, because she's very manipulative. Because
Yes.
it's not surprising, because she works for the freaking government.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
as we could.
You know what? We need to keep in mind, like everyone is not not every person like who works with or for the government. They're not like Waller. Oh, there are those like Agent Faraday who do trust superpowered beings like the Justice League.
Hmm.
Right.
Oh,
Finals
yeah, true
people in the
that.
comments loved your impersonation. I don't know
Oh,
if you
really?
saw
I
in the
didn't.
comments.
I
Child of
didn't.
Flower said, very good.
I didn't think he was gonna do very well though, because I just tried to sound at least as deep as he could. Because even though I've already been practicing it because because my first introduction to Kevin Conroy was Batman Arkham Asylum. That's basically my
Mhm.
first introduction to Kevin Conroy as Batman, and also Mark Hamill as the Joker.
Yeah, I forgot that he voiced Batman in games as well, not just the animated series. Yeah, I forgot, excuse me, that he did other voice work as the character in other mediums. So you're right. Yeah. Yeah, you're right about that. That's how good and dedicated he was to that character because he voiced him in other mediums and
That
you
is
don't get
grand scale cheating, Batman. You're not allowed to tamper with the hand of fate. I don't believe in fate. You probably don't believe in mentors either, but you still have to answer the riddle. I have billions of eyes, yet I live in darkness. I have billions of ears, yet only four lobes. I have no muscles, yet I move two hemispheres. What am I? That is simple. The human brain. It has billions of optic and auditory nerves, four lobes, and two hemispheres. And it's the only thing Edward Nigma respects. A lucky guess, that's all. But it won't save you, Batman. Destroy them!
Riddle of the
Yeah.
Minotaur.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah. The
Remember
Another
one
that one.
classic
episode
episode.
that I hated as a kid
Why did you why did you hate that one?
because the motherfucking Riddler got away.
well,
When I watched the
What?
episode and I
You
got
did
to its
it?
completion, I was
Anyway,
mad because Batman's
Adam,
supposed to nab the villain. So
well,
I was upset when I was a kid. Like if you had watched, if you were with me in the same room while we were watching that episode, you would never have noticed I was upset with that episode because I was still just still as a statue when every time I watch TV, watch cartoons and all that stuff. But like, man, oh man, when that episode came out, I was mad because he never caught the bad guy.
well, the whole point of Edward, or the Riddler, is that he believes he can outwit Batman. That's why he's obsessed with the riddles because he believes that he can outwit him, and he can't help himself to have a riddle
You
because he
always
he
believes
knows
that
he's
complaining
the
smarter
about
than
how
Batman,
the
and he
heroes
wants to
always
prove
win and
that.
shit. Like,
yes,
yeah, that's the
yes,
point. The hero's
yes,
supposed to
that's the
fucking
thing.
win. That's the whole fucking point. The hero is supposed to fucking win. That's why he's called a
What?
fucking hero.
You
He
did it?
saves the day.
You must have cheated. There's no way you could have. There's no way you could have. But dang it, the man. Oh, oh, that's what I was supposed to say. Hold on. What? Nope. Right. What? You did it? You must have cheated. There's no way you could have beaten me. Well, you asked for it, Batman. Dang it. Well, you asked for it, Batman. My final challenge for the whole of Gotham is just seconds away. What? Sirens. The police. You cheated, Batman. You couldn't have outsmarted me.
Very good.
You're a fool,
Final.
Mockridge, to think you can get away with this. Your moral greed is no match for an intellect like mine. Oh, yeah? Then tell me something, Eddie. If you're so smart, why aren't you rich?
I like that line from
Ever since that line, ever since I heard that
yeah.
line, when every time people say they're smart and shit, I'm like, yeah, why aren't you making millions of dollars then?
That's a great comeback from from Batman. Yeah.
It's like if you're so smart,
yeah,
why
yeah,
aren't you rich? Because
yeah.
only
Why?
smart people will be rich if they know how to invest their money right.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm
Why
a
do you
dumb
have to?
person because I haven't invested my money in shit, so I'm not rich.
No, not,
No,
I mean,
not.
not just their money, but their skills as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's like you. That's a great comeback for Batman, and yeah, like you said, Final. His obsession is to prove though to the whole world he can outsmart Batman, and that's why he keeps coming back because he thinks he can beat him mentally. That's what he tries to do every single time, and Batman is now catching on. Eventually, caught on to that. That his goal is to win. His goal is to outsmart me, and he wants the whole world to know it. That's the narcissist in him as well. He wants the whole world to know that I can beat you, which is why he
Hey,
said he must have
I was
cheated.
watching that, and now you're watching this. Change it back. Nope, 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 nope. don't want to. Guard! What's the problem? Don't look now, Sonny Jim, but the plant lady's gone whackers again. He started. I was just sitting here. That's right. You're always blaming me, and the children wonder why we fight.
Yeah, that's the episode in Arkham Asylum where the Joker and
No,
it's not that
that's
one
Joker's
episode.
Wild. It
But isn't
isn't.
it?
Arkham,
But is it?
it isn't
I
Arkham
know.
Asylum,
No, no,
but
no, no,
but
no. I don't mean that's the name of the. I don't mean the Arkham
the
Asylum
game,
episode. I
the game.
mean,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, the game. I mean, I know this that scene you're quoting takes place in Arkham Asylum.
Right, right,
Right.
right.
Yes, yes, yes. You trying to
Well,
get me up there?
most of Batman's rogues gallery that are considered insane in the asylum, because the only exception is Catwoman, as far as my knowledge goes.
Yeah, I don't think she was spent too much
Hey,
time
we
there.
were watching that. Oh, you sickos, you make me sick.
So that's where that speech comes from. I also one of my favorite episodes, and it's emotionally, is the origin of Batman and Robin, and how he discovered Dick Grayson and and the two-parter where from Dick Grayson losing his
Robin's
parents.
Reckoning.
Yes, good one, very very good one, and I must say that one it takes Robin seriously, and it shows why Batman developed a friendship with him and how much he taught Robin.
And Dick Grayson doesn't look like fucking Chris O'Donnell.
No, no, he
Like
does not.
The 25-year-old boy wonder.
Yeah, he doesn't.
I'm totally 15, people. Wait, I sounded like Joe from Family Guy. Hey, Peter.
That Robin's Reckoning is absolutely one of my favorite episodes. So well written and takes Robin seriously. They need to take. No one has taken Robin seriously, and that one did. And his relationship to Bruce, and it takes it very seriously.
Taken,
yeah, taken relationship seriously.
I let it slip sometimes too when I say that, so don't feel bad.
I don't. Yeah, it's like Saturday night, so hey, whatever. But it does take it seriously, and their relationship, and why he wants to help Dick Grayson, and he sees the path Dick Grayson is going on, and doesn't want him to go down that same path, but also try to show him, the heroics of it. They tried to do that in Batman Forever, but I think this episode brings it home a lot better. It is one of my favorite episodes. It really is one of my favorite episodes. It takes Robin seriously, his relationship with Batman. Get a little misty-eyed when I see it, because it's just, Batman doing what he's supposed to do. Why he's a hero in the first place.
Is his priority here, not the criminal who done it, because that's basically whatever Dick Grayson has gone through. That's what Bruce has gone through. That's why he took him under his wing.
Yes. Yeah, exactly.
And just like Bruce himself, Dick Grayson turned his pain into something positive, and that was thanks to Bruce.
Yes.
And he also became the son that Bruce never had, at least at the time, before Damian.
Fuck Damian Wayne.
He got better. He got better as time passed.
I don't care if Damian Wayne got better. That kid is a fucking bitch. I am not going to be sympathetic towards a kid that is basically a Protestant son of a child from someone who basically fucking raped Batman.
And it was also trained by Ra's al Ghul.
Roofie baby.
And still, because Talia raped Batman.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
See, I would have went along with Talia and up until that point. I was like I was shipping both of them hard and up until that point in the comics. I'm like,
Talia had the opportunity to leave Rage and the League of Assassins. However, because of her father's influence, his pull was just too strong for her to really leave.
Yeah, and because even she'd grown way too obsessive with Batman.
Oh yes, she was.
Hmm.
It
Which really
Possessive,
didn't
mostly,
help.
not obsessive. Possessive.
Or
Oh,
possessive.
thank you. Possessive, which really didn't help her character in the long run, which did like lead up to of her roofing Bruce instead of finally turning her back on Rage and the League of Assassins.
Mm-hmm. Anyways, anyways, back to Robin. There is the image that I would like to share to you guys of what basically Robin and Batman's relationship is like. If the screen,
Father and son.
well, aside from that, I'll show you in the picture as soon as the screen shares up. All right, there it is. Boom, and it's
That's
this
a great
picture
picture.
by
Yes.
Oh
Alex
yeah,
Ross.
Jason Todd.
Uh, from right here, Batman right here, Bruce Wayne in his Batman costume, and that candle right there, that's the same candle that Bruce used to swear an oath to actually suddenly protect others in Gotham, and now he uses this for Dick Grayson, and now Dick Grayson swore that, and now here it is now with Dick Grayson now that he's Robin. So
Mhm.
now turning their pain into something positive, which is what happened. That's exactly what happened to Bruce.
Alex Ross really knows how to capture the essence of any character that he works with.
Yes, I gotta agree. That
Absolutely.
guy is great. That guy's work is great. I gotta believe with you, Dominic. No matter who he is drawing, he captures the essence of who these characters are in such a beautiful way. I have to really agree. I love looking at his artwork. It doesn't matter whoever he's doing, he captures it in such a beautiful way. He gets the essence of who they are and why they are the heroes as who they are. The pictures, they say a picture say 1,000 words, and the pictures they say everything. But finally, your description of that artwork is very good too. I would have to agree with that. We should
Well,
have a session
not just I agree. It's not just in pictures, but it's also shown like whenever he go ever like grabs a pen or in this case like a keyboard like in his writing, right? Because like
Mhm.
sometimes people forget. Yeah, besides being an artist, Alex Ross is a writer as well. Well, and people have recognized that in Kingdom Come. And
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
while people want to attribute that to Mark Wade, he contributed in the dialogue, but the overall writing was done by Ross himself. So even in writing, he too captures the essence of each character, heroes and villains alike.
Oh, I agree. I said maybe with one tree we should have analyze artwork. We should have Wolf's art. What's the word I'm looking for? Can't think. It's late Saturday night.
Artistic knowledge.
Yes, artistic taste and knowledge of artwork of Alex Ross.
Well,
Words of a huge man,
I can
the
help.
size of a man.
I can
Do
help
you
him with
really mean
that. That I'm an artist as
present
well.
company excluded?
Oh,
My new
it would
serum
be
could have
great
been
to.
more powerful than Kirk's. Could could be. What do you mean? I needed to test it before, but before I had the chance. You mean you haven't taken it? Of course not. The experimental batch was destroyed. I'll have to destroy. How? I've been working through the night. I was just completing the final combination. Francine burst in. I was startled. You have to understand I was very tired. I accidentally dropped the baker. The whole night's work. Ruined! Francine never guessed what I was doing. She even helped me clean up the mess. All that glass! Oh my lord. Francine! The mutagen! It's in our bloodstream now! Is that what it's gonna take? Your daughter's life before you end this insanity.
Terror in the sky.
Oh yeah.
Mhm. Oh yes, Dominic.
The
Yeah,
one
yeah, I
time
would
where little me stuck up.
love little you. Oh, okay.
I'm not ashamed. When she kissed Kurt Langstrom and her little feet lift up, so did a little someone did.
Okay. We get what you're saying now. Well, yeah, little boy becomes a man one day.
I don't know
So
what that leg lift is. I really don't know when women do that. When they kill some man and that leg lift go. I was a kid that's curious. I'm like, I've seen that so many times, but that one time I was like, bling, and I blushed. Francine's adorable. She's innocent. To see her turn, oh goodness, her transformation into the man bat was way more scary than Kirk's. I'm
hers.
dead
Oh
Don't,
yeah, I
serious.
remember
don't,
that
get-
episode. Yes.
When
don't
she
get
was
that
on that
wrong. This thing is
plane,
straight up body horror.
I mean,
Yes.
like freaking Kurt Langstrom was the first one. Remember that, right?
I remember.
But he was like maniacal and malevolent about that shit. You know, his teeth split apart for a while, got sharper and shit. You know, he's laughing, his neck popping and shit. All, you know, that was
Mhm.
normal for me. But when Francine transformed, oh, the reason why I was scared because she was in pain. She was not enjoying that,
And
especially
I
when
she
she was that.
remember.
transformed,
She,
and she
Mhm.
didn't know. And she didn't know that she transformed into the new man bat.
neither did
Or
Kurt either.
in this case, like the female
Francine.
variant. Oh yeah, yeah. Like Enter in the Sky, like it shows like how much Kirk has changed ever since that incident.
Exactly. That one was a surprise to me too.
Oh, and you know what made it even better? There was no frame rate drop this time. They actually they actually smoothly animated her transformation, unlike Langstrom's. Because you notice there's a difference. There's a big difference between his transformation and her transformation.
Mm-hmm.
That's where the animation really. That's where you got animation boost in that episode. Cause they didn't do that frame rate drop. That little you know the '90s little static frame. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Oh, okay. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
I think it's called the
I
static
had
frame or something like that.
I have to go back and look at it again. I have
Yeah,
to go back and look at it
yeah, you
again
gotta look
to
at
see for
Kurt's
myself.
transformation
Okay.
versus Francine's transformation because Francine's was
Okay.
full on animated. Yes, Kurt's was animated too, but it had that kind of like stop, kind of like a stop motiony transformation.
Okay.
Like it was like frame by frame, just transforming. Whereas Francine was just smooth. But once again, she was not enjoying that. And then she was
Mm-mm.
half bat. She was half human, half bat. Like she was like halfway through that transformation, and she was conscious and feral at the same time. She bust through that damn door, still looking half human, half bat and shit, scaring the shit out of everybody. Then she fully transformed and got the fuck out of that airplane, and it got even more scary because people were because recently I had seen Alive that time. And boy, that movie shook me up. So when
It's
I saw
awesome.
people, when I saw that one girl, that one stewardess fly out that damn door, I was scared. I was really scared. I was like, "Oh shit, I'm getting a lot of flashbacks." Then Batman said, "I was like, yeah."
Mhm. See there?
Caught her by her ass with that clamp. Just freaking cub carry her ass like a lion carrying her cub. Put her back in the plane safely, and then close the door. I was like, unlikely. As an adult, I'm like, unlikely. He would be bumping on that. He would be fucking at that damn plane's trajectory and shit, flying that close. But I was cool with it because he saved the damn day. Yeah. Sorry, I'm stuck in a raised fist pose right now because I'm feeling
No,
it right now. Feeling it.
no, it's giving you wonderful memories, and that's what a good show is supposed to. That's the beauty of the animated series is it brings back wonderful memories for everybody. really sort of as a child. I was grown in college when I saw it, but it still brings back memories to everybody. So yeah, it's okay if
Oh
you're
yeah,
geeking out.
one thing that did scare me in Kevin Conroy's time when he was Batman. Again, this goes back to Arkham Asylum. Is his meeting with Scarecrow, and um and it's right where you first meet him. I didn't even know that was Scarecrow at the time because I always associate Scarecrow well with a Scarecrow. But in Arkham Asylum, he has this very Freddy Krueger-esque design because of the fear toxin needles with his claw.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and the first time when he opens the body bags, right before he opens the body bags of his dead parents, then the final one, which shows Jonathan Crane himself, that freaking scared me. That absolutely scared me, especially even just from playing through the levels. That even scared me.
Ah,
That even scared me because you have to get through the level without being caught by at his gaze. Because that's basically
Mm-hmm.
all three levels of Scarecrow. Because you play against Scarecrow 3 times throughout Arkham Asylum.
okay, I see. Yeah,
Like,
he is
poor little
he's
Batman, you're in my world now.
yeah, that one is scary. The way he was drawn too, or composited, whatever. So I get you. I feel you.
Uh huh. And it's funny because his artwork in that game is drastically different than how he looks like in the game. Like when you go to the character bios and you look at most of the other characters, like the Joker looks relatively the same. Same thing with Batman, no duh. In fact, you do get brief looks for Arkle, Barbara Gordon. Harley has her comic book, her classic outfit, but yet in Arkham Asylum, she just has her nurse outfit, just in her design, which it is there in Harley Quinn's Revenge and the Arkham City DLC. Um, yeah, most of the characters' designs they would have their comic book appearance, but yet they are so drastically different from the designs in the game. Bane not so different, though he looks a bit more bigger than he normally looks. Though
Oh
Killer
god.
Croc's no different than how he looks in the game, though.
Oh god. Don't even give me some crock.
What did that scare you too? Oh yeah, that even scared me too in that game too.
I had your set, Batman.
Yeah, because that part even scared me. Because even the music in the game hypes, even intensifies that too. Because like when he comes out of the water and you don't even know where the hell he is, you have to look for him, and then just you have to just like throw a quick battering at him before he just falls back in the water. You don't
I
need to
didn't
make
get
a lot
that
of
shit.
sound though.
The motherfucker kept running at me too damn fast and shit.
It's like,
Before I end off, I'm gonna do another of my favorites. As Napoleon told me, a strong can feel a frail physique. Look at it, detective. One of the last of the rainforests. The world depends upon its oxygen, yet the rich see only profit in its destruction. You who belong to the overclass have much to answer for. Bruce Wayne donates millions of dollars a year to preserve those forests, which are being depleted at the rate of 1,000 to 1,020,000 acres a day. Does your money solve this problem? No. It will take more than wealth. It will take power, and I fear ruthlessness. Humankind must be forced to serve the planet instead of its own appetites. And you're the one who will do the force. I am qualified, yes, but I may not have sufficient lifetimes left to me. Shit, fuck that up.
That's okay.
Infidel! If you only knew how sick I am of you calling me that. The material of the material of the pit is unknown chemical stew that bubbles to the Earth's surface only in certain key places. Even now, my people are placing bombs, such as that one, over the various Lazarus pits around the world. These bombs are electronically linked to a private satellite already in Earth orbit, Orpheus. Precisely. At the moment when the sun and moon are in proper alignment to cause the greatest upheaval in Earth's geomagnetic field, I shall send a signal to that satellite, beginning a countdown. 5 minutes thereafter, one bomb will be lowered deep into the heart of each pit. The satellite will turn relay a microwave signal that will detonate all the bombs simultaneously. The multiple explosions will result in a global chain reaction. All the Lazarus pits throughout the world will overflow. The globe will be saturated with a chemical solution, and when the resultant cataclysm has abated, there will come a blessed peace, and this poor, defiled planet shall find itself restored to its former pristine glory. But that will cost countless lives. Actually, Detective, we have counted 2,056,986,000. A most impressive plan. Would you not agree? Yes, I can see it clearly now for the first time. You are completely out of your mind.
Yes, that's the Raja Ghul episode. I can't think of the title, but I know what you're talking about.
Yep, the
Very
Demon's
well
Quest.
done. Yes, and very well done.
Another time, Detective. Yes, another time.
Time.
And you
Allegra
guys
says, I
got any
realize it
final
now.
thoughts to say?
Well, I would just say that this was a good memoriam. I'm going to look back at my Batman animated series episodes just to hear his voice again because now we know we'll never hear it again. But we lost just a very talented and underrated actor in the DC world, underrated under the Warner Brothers company. They should have done more with this guy. But I think his legacy, what I think I take from it is that he really showed how he loved, respected, and had a passion for this character of Batman and for the fans. He was grateful to the fans, and he was grateful to us for enjoying his work. I don't know what other Batman animated projects are up with Warner Brothers at this time, but I
At
don't
this
know
point,
anything
Kevin
that could
Conroy has
match
not been
that.
a part of any projects since maybe what was the last thing he was in? Batman wise.
Lego DC
Well,
Maybe
Supervillains.
multiverses.
that's it.
Yeah.
Well, he was also involved in Injustice 2.
Oh yeah,
Oh
he was in there.
no. He was definitely in that, wasn't he?
They should have
As,
done
as
more with
well as
him.
as well as in the first game.
Yes. Yes, don't remind me. Good gameplay, terrible story.
What else? Also, let's talk about how he was utilized in the adaptation of Crisis on Infinite Earths by the CW. The better.
Yeah. The one time we got Bruce Wayne in the flesh with Kevin Conroy, and they fucked it up.
Oh, what do you expect from the CW? What do you expect from the CW? It shows you they don't
Not
know
a
nothing.
damn thing. But
They don't
oh,
know
here we
nothing.
are.
They don't know nothing. What do you expect? I can
I
feel your
mean,
pain. I
I
feel your
don't
pain
think
with
many
it.
other voice actors would just like match up to Kevin Conroy. I mean, Troy Baker maybe because he voiced both Batman and the Joker. He voiced the Joker since Batman Arkham Origins, and he voiced
Yeah.
Batman since Lego Batman 2 and Lego Batman 3. But
Hmm.
maybe he's got something there. But but anything
Um,
else, eh.
Jensen Eccles. He recently voiced Bruce in the adaptation of The Long Halloween.
Oh wait, he played the voice of Batman too.
Yep.
But oh yeah, in the Long Halloween adaptation.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Hmm.
I, I don't know with Troy Baker. I mean, he sounds eerily like Mark Hamill.
well,
But
when
as
he's the
for
Joker, yeah.
well, yeah. But as for Bruce, if given the right material, he can pull it off. He can pull it off. Nonetheless, like I was like Kevin Conroy, he established on like who Batman is as a character because he understands like who he is and what makes him like the aspirational hero that he is, much like Christopher Reeves with Superman.
Mm-hmm.
Agreed.
And the same thing also applies to Tim Daly and George Newbern.
Mm-hmm. I would
Mm.
agree with that also.
I mean,
But
George Newbern, as much as he would do a great impression on Superman, he left a great impression on Superman. But whenever I would think George Newbern as an actor, I always go for Sephiroth because he did play the voice of Sephiroth.
So what are
Tim
you
Daly.
that's
saying? You
true.
sacrifice millions of lives just because you don't like this guy? You don't know Darkseid like I do. We know he used you, humiliated you, brainwashed you, wound you up like a tin soldier, and turned you loose against Earth. Cry me a river. On the outside chance that this isn't one of his schemes, we have to take action. So I suggest you get over it. Brank has already destroyed countless civilizations, and now he threatens another. Do you want this to be the legacy of your people?
Final.
Oh man. All right.
Wolf had to get it in
That
there.
that is a good episode from the Justice League.
Yes.
Like Conroy as Bruce, like he had countless numerous quotes from a Mask of the Phantasm
Mm-hmm.
because that's how I was introduced to him as Batman. And after that, I started watching Batman the animated series.
The Man Bat was my first introduction, believe it or not. That was the first episode I
Mm.
watched since that show came out.
Oh, okay. Well,
I believe
it's a
it.
classic. Hmm. It's a
And
classic.
mostly
I
because
think
I saw that in the commercials. And I was like, oh, I wonder what that is. And the show, and I was like, oh, damn.
I think for years to come, that will stand out for years to come over a lot of things Warner Brothers is doing because we know they're a cluster crap right now. But I think this show is gonna it's gonna survive a long time. It really is. I think it's just gonna grow with fandom every year because people will look back on it and see it, and then some people will see it for the first time and say, "Wow, that really was a good show.
Damn it, I was right
He was
there. Where
great."
the fuck is almost got him?
Oh God, what game is he playing right now?
He's on his game.
But
No,
Conroy also show what it
no,
means to
I'm
be
looking for the.
humble and not
I was
let your
right
start
there
not
where
let you
where they
start
had
them get
almost
into your
got him.
head.
You're
What's it?
right, Dominic.
No, I'm
Say
looking
that
at
again.
wiki quotes right now, and I was right on the section where it's on the section of almost got him, and I don't know where it's at now in
Oh,
the episode listing.
oh, oh! He's looking through the wiki page. Okay.
Yeah, I was looking at the wiki quotes, and I was like, I was right there with almost got him, and I was like, okay, it's not listed on the freaking chart. What the hell?
Oh, you know how Wikipedia is. It is very unreliable.
Yeah. I mean, its founders have informed people to not trust Wikipedia because it's not what it used to be.
Mm-hmm.
So as I was scrolling down, I happened upon it. I was like, what the fuck? Okay, I'll
Yeah.
give you
Oh,
guys this one. If I knew it was going to take this long, I would have brought my homework. You sure about this extortion ring? Uh-huh. It's been 4 hours. Uh-huh. You still think they'll show? Uh-huh. Lucky for me, you're such a good conversationalist. If you
That's
protect him,
Batman.
Stromwell, I'll be very grumpy. You don't want to see me when I'm grumpy.
Yes, that's the Robin Reckoning episode. Yes,
Trying to
I
get these
remember
out
that one.
before I start wrapping it up. I want to get to freaking almost got him because there we go. There we go. Right underneath Terror in the Sky. I want a nice clean game, gentlemen. That'll be a fuss. So, I hear you know who nailed the Mad Hatter last week. No kidding! He sure gets around for one guy. Yeah, well, that's where you're wrong. I don't think it's one guy. Ah, the way I figured, Gordon's got a bunch of them stashed someplace like a SWAT team. He wants you to think it's one guy, but man, you're always seeing double. It's obvious our Kate friend suffered some crime-related trauma when he was younger. Perhaps an over an anxious mugger blew off a piece of his face. Sure, he could be all gross and disgusting under that mask. No offense, Harv. Just deal. Well, you know what I think? Not the robot theory again. Well, he could be.
Oh, if they only knew
It's
about that one time
It's
with
been a long
Hardak.
time, Harvey. You're still looking halfway decent. Half of me wants to strangle you. And what's the other part want? To hit you with a truck. We used to date. Ah. Oh, God. Hey, Eloise.
Though we're about to get close to wrapping up soon.
Yes, we are.
Yes.
I thank everybody for being here, for enjoying me driving these guys crazy. Thank you guys for sharing your love for Kevin Conroy and his magnificent voice. There'll be never a replacement and never a new one to ever replace it either. So he will always be the best Batman to us all. I thank Final Fantasy Fan 12.
Well, that about does it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you like what you saw, click like and subscribe and share with your family and friends. And make sure you ring that notification bell, that way you get notified of our latest videos. Go subscribe to Wolf 10 Media if you haven't already. Go subscribe to me if you haven't already. Once again, thank you guys so much for watching. This is Final Fantasy Fan 12 signing off. And may Kevin Conroy rest in peace.
Man, you're upbeat for somebody who was blue earlier, and I don't blame you, dude. I don't blame you. Losing an icon is very heart wrenching.
Yes, it is.
He was somber. I was like, oh my god, I hope nobody. Dude, when you were somber, I was like, dude, don't tell me there was a death in the family. I'm about to tell
Well,
him to sit. I'm about to tell Final, like, dude, if you need to grieve, sit this one out. You don't have to stay with us. Just grieve. I thought your dad died of something. You scared me there,
well,
buddy.
No,
maybe this.
it's just that Kevin Conroy's voice for Batman actually meant so much to me, and I know it's
Mhm.
meant a lot of you as well. Even pretty much more to me, because that's always who I hear. That's whenever I think
Hmm.
Kevin Conroy, yeah, I immediately think Batman.
I think that goes for a lot of us. I'd like to thank
Yeah.
the Little Day of Valor Leia Plus Size.
Hello, everyone. This is Leah Plus Size, your lovely lady of valor. And for those of you who joined us this evening on a Saturday night to give tribute to one of the great voice actors to ever live, we thank you for coming with us. And we hope this conversation that we had will give you wonderful memories. We know we mourn because even when we lose our icons, and so we admire, it's like we've lost a member of our own family. So I know, like Final and many, many other people, this is even for myself. It's a sad day. It just seems like we're just losing the good ones each week. This week we're just losing them like flies. But the good thing that he left with us is we have the Batman animated series. It's a classic, and I think it's going to remain a classic for years to come. So enjoy your
Still
weekend
being
and have a good
sold
evening.
on Blu-ray.
Oh yeah. Oh good. Why does it get on Blu-ray?
All the episodes, all the seasons.
Including all the movies too.
Hmm. The Hound of the South, Dominic Powell.
Thank you everybody for joining us in tonight's live stream. If you like what you heard, make sure you like, share, comment, and subscribe to Wolften Media's channel. And yeah, it is a pretty somber day as we did like lose a member of our family, in this case like Cameron Conroy. Even though he may be gone, he left a very long-lasting legacy that will never ever be lost in the sands of time, and it will be a pretty big shoes to fill with his recent passing. However, nonetheless, he will always be the quintessential Batman to all of us.
Quick announcement. Tomorrow we'll have Draco Nightmare with us to talk about his book Star Warden. He is an accomplished writer. His book is on sale on Amazon. I will be having that link within the description for tomorrow. So if you guys are interested, you can buy his book on Amazon. If you're interested in talking about a night apparently in space, or I don't know what it's really about, he will have to talk about explain it to himself, promoting it, that is. So Draco Knight will be with us tomorrow to talk about his comic book Star Warden. It's only because I just discovered the man's a writer. I was like, oh shit, man, Negro, get your ass on my damn show so we can talk about your damn book. You should have said something. Originally was trying to get Ishii to bring him on. Like man, you know what? Let's not wait that long before Ishii. Let's get you in right now over at my stream. So yeah, tune in for tomorrow's where we talk about Star Warden. So prepare to hear his voice for the first time on this stream. Spinning will come out of Woltan. Remind you guys once again, you are the UN Spacey. Welcome to the Wolf Fleet.
Never again.